everybody, it's Connie again from the Artisan Company. Welcome back to the channel. Oh my goodness, today we are going to do a beautiful project with an orange colored agate stone and some Imperial Jasper, and I think some faceted quartz is what it is I've picked out. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, we're going to get started here quickly. This is what you will need, kind of in a nutshell, for this. Obviously, you will need some beading wire. This one is AccuFlex. Sometimes I use Softflex, but anyway around, you'll need some beading wire, and I'm using a medium on this one. You will need a trusty ruler. Never be without a ruler. You need a clamp to make sure that your beads don't slide off the end of your beading wire as you are rolling along. I've got my centerpiece, which is the piece of agate here, and oh my goodness, look how beautiful it is. Oh my, it is just stunning. It's just a beautiful piece, and I love the kind of light color, creamy color on the outside of it. And what I did was, this time, the agate piece that I did several months ago that was green agate with the chain on it, I did a different kind of top up here on that one, so you'll have to go back and look at that one to see what I did. But I used a bead cap up here on the top on the green one. On this one, I'm going to use the pinch veil. Here we go again with that word. On this one, and I've already put it on just to save some time. You will need a beautiful clasp, and I decided to go with a gold, hammered gold with this one to pull out some of the colors here. You will need, this is my Imperial Jasper stone that I'm using right here. These over here are my little faceted quartz beads, and you can see what I've done is, this is something I do a lot. You don't have to do this, but I do this a lot because I want the color, biggest bang for my buck in color up front, visual, where people can see it visually. So I took my strand of faceted quartz and I sorted them out color wise. So I put the darker colors together, the medium colors together, and the real light ones together. So if I have to use the light ones, they will go in the back instead of in the front, because I want, like I said, more color up front. And graduated color too is always beautiful. Then I've got some silver accent beads that I'm going to be using to pull in the bail on the front, and these are lantern beads. Then you will need a couple of just finishing accent beads, and I chose to go with the brass color or gold color with that. You will need right here a couple of crimps and crimp covers. Remember, use your crimp covers. It makes a difference. And then the other thing I'm using here are some, I've got gold and copper bead caps right here, and I'm going to use some of those to pull that gold and coppery color all the way around on my necklace. So obviously you'll need tools to clip, and your obviously this little guy, which is your crimper, and then you'll need something like this maybe to clip your wire, and then we're going to go from there. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm back and doing things in sections so that you don't have to sit here and watch me string every single solitary bead. I'm trying to respect your time. So anyway, I think after I've sit here and pondered it for a moment or two, this is the direction I'm going to go. Here's my agate stone. Obviously, I want to make sure that I pull the silver in. So I took the lantern beads here and I flanked this bail with the lantern beads. And then if you can see right in here, I've got a little sliver of light, and it's a gold bead cap. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe we'll look at it a little closer in a little bit. But it's a gold bead cap to give it just a sliver of gold light to pull in this as well. And then I've got my pattern going here, same all the way to here. And then now what I'm getting ready to do is graduate out of the silver into these little quartz beads right here. That's where we're going. So I'm trying to graduate it down, and I'm getting ready to add a little bit of copper right here, smaller beads, again to graduate the size down to meet this size. I'm trying to not make it so choppy is what I'm trying to avoid, is that choppy look going from a big bead to a small bead all of a sudden. So I'm using these as graduating beads. That's where I'm headed. I'll be back as soon as I get it done. I am headed down the road here, so I'm going to stop and let you see what I'm doing. Um, the I don't know if you can see the little slivers of light in there with the bead caps. I even did it down here on these copper ones right here just to make that transition continue. But anyway, that was the little, they're gold. And the ones I did up here on the transition beads are copper because the beads were copper. So I decided to go that direction. Let me spread these over here. So I move them over here so you can see this a little better. But anyway, you can see I've made my transition here with the copper beads into the quartz right here, the faceted quartz. So I'm going from a larger down to a smaller and even smaller. So this obviously will be the focal. This is a 20-inch necklace, by the way. I decided to make it 20 inches. But these little beads will be coming up closer to the collarbone and around. So that will be very, very comfortable to wear once someone purchases it. I think it will be a fun thing and a beautiful thing to wear, especially in spring and fall. This would be a beautiful necklace to wear with any colors of blues and other oranges and maybe some yellows or blacks or brown shades of different kinds. So anyway, I'm gonna get to finishing this part of it and we'll get up here to the clasp and we'll be back. Okay, we are done. I got all my little faceted quartz things on there. They were tiny, so it took me a minute to bead all that on there. But here we go. We got this beautiful piece of orangey, brown, ivory colored agate stone. I mixed it with some silver lantern beads to tie in this little bail. And then I have this beautiful Imperial Jasper stone that's been dyed in an orange, and it's almost like a crackly look. You can probably see it on there. It's kind of crackly looking. It's a beautiful, beautiful stone. Anyway, so that's what these are. I put in some little tiny slivers of light, is what I call bead caps. They produce slivers of light. So I added some slivers of light here. Then I have a couple of graduating beads here in copper just to break the color of the silver coming up. I wanted something that would kind of tie into the quartz beads. But I didn't want gold because of the color palette that was running. I put the gold at the top. But here we go, my little graduated beads, and then down here with the faceted quartz. And you can tell that I pulled the darker colors down and graduated them into the lighter colors. I do that often, very, very often. And like I said earlier, it's because I want to make sure that the richest color is at the front where you can see it. Okay, and then I finished it off with this absolutely beautiful right here, hammered gold S clasp, and I just love it. I think it's stunning. I love these. They're easy for people to navigate. And I have a lot of people when I'm doing jewelry for like custom work, they'll say, please put a clasp on that I can navigate. And so I use this design a lot and hook and eye a lot because of that. So, anyway, here we go. We are done with our project for today. I hope you're done with yours. And it's exciting, and I'm thrilled, and I hope you're thrilled. And we'll be back tomorrow with a new project. See y'all later. Bye.